let's go ahead and bring on our amazing Tammy, Burton, Stoot. Hey, Tammy, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I love your background, girl.
Yes, I love it. Took me a while to get it up here, but I love it now.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, not everybody knows you. Obviously, you are a rock star in our all star community, but
Mhm.
let's share your story with everyone else. Tell them kind of like before you met me, what was your life like? What were you doing? What were you struggling with?
All right. All right. And I got me some little points down here so I won't go too long.
No worries.
But I lived in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was working at a place called Youth Villages.
Huh.
And so I was going there being the chaplain and just, ministering to the kids for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then I started, the Lord said, for me to get my master's degree. And I got my
Mm.
master's degree in business management, health services administration. And
Okay.
so I'm thinking I already was a surgical tech for 5 years. So I'm like, okay, that's going to move me up the
Wow.
ladder, thinking everything was going to be good.
Yeah.
Got that degree, worked at FedEx at night, youth villages in the morning.
Yeah.
And then my mom came down with cancer. And
Oh,
so we had to go through that. I was her caregiver. And so she's in remission now. The Lord healed her. So she is, yesterday was her birthday, and she just turned 78. So,
oh,
I thank
beautiful.
God for just healing her body so she can run on.
Yeah.
Then, after I cared for her, something great happened in my life. I got married. And I
Oh,
mean, I got married at first sight. You know that show, Married at First Sight?
yeah.
On our wedding day, we were match made by his sister.
No way.
Yes, she is. She said, oh, over Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, I got it. She told him his wife was deceased at the time,
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
just deceased maybe 2 years
Mm,
prior. And
yeah.
so he was like, he knew he wanted a wife. And me and her were
Right.
good Facebook friends.
Right.
And so she introduced us and we kind of played tag,
Yeah.
on Messenger. And then he finally called me. And
Yeah.
so within about 3 weeks, we were in Dallas, seeing each other for the first time. On our wedding day was the first time we saw each other and kissed. So
Oh, I love that story.
talking about, I thought about your story, how y'all got together, it wasn't a
Yep.
long, long courtship. And so I
Yep.
said, oh, we got something in common.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, married at first sight. And so he lived in Texas. So I
Mm,
moved from Memphis to Texas. So
yeah.
now I'm trying to get to know my husband because we in the dating type thing, but we're married. And
Right.
so, and so I got here and I applied at hospitals to apply my degree. So
Mm,
I'm saying this because sometimes your degree ain't gonna get you the job. Uh,
right.
all those that think you need a degree. Uh,
Yep.
so I went to all the hospitals and they said you got to have 8 years of experience to do this.
Oh
And I
gosh.
said, y'all don't have on the job training, or can I do
Wow.
something to get? They said no. And so I fell back on what I did know, and that was children.
Hmm.
Because in Memphis, and I had been a nanny, you
Right.
know, for different people, doctors, and so on. And so I
Yeah.
had experienced that, with that caring for children. And
Right.
so I became a nanny to this little baby boy named Derek. And
Oh.
so me being a nanny, I think it has some pros and cons. And so you get attached to the little babies, but sometimes, uh, when you're spending all the time with the babies,
Yeah.
when they get to a certain age, they start calling you mama.
Mm.
They say mama.
Oh.
And so sometimes it was a comfort, it was a block in how I wanted to nanny, because
Yeah.
sometimes the moms would get jealous. And I understood they want their baby to call them mama. And so
Yeah.
I understood. So most times the mamas would get ready to put the babies in daycare. So I nanny for a certain point, and then till they get ready to put them in preschool. So I said,
Mm.
okay, well, Lord, what else can I do? He said, well,
Yeah.
just go just go do what you know to do. Go work in a daycare. So
Yeah.
I found a daycare, a couple of them that I worked in. They were really awesome. But the thing about it is sometimes when you're working in daycare, your beliefs or your values don't go with what they're teaching.
Yeah. Your hands are tied, right?
Right. And so I
Yep.
thought I said, it got really, I guess I was just frustrated. So, before I met, I was really frustrated because I said, if I'm teaching something like I'm teaching, the right thing.
Yeah.
I had a teacher in their classroom who would be sitting across the room and she'll come over there and tell the kids, no, you don't have to do that. You can do this.
Oh
But it was
gosh.
really the wrong thing. And so
Yeah.
I had to ask the Lord, I said, Lord, is this why we having so many problems, like in the world maybe?
Sure.
And he said, yes.
Yeah.
It's all about who the teachers are. And so I said, Lord, what can we do? And so she kept clashing with me. And so I went to the director of the daycare and I told her, I said, we just don't believe the same. And I don't want to be in this
Right.
atmosphere. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pray for the children. I'm gonna put them in God's hands, but I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah.
So I went on and I left. And then so I said, Lord, and I had daycare in my back mind. I always
Right.
wanted to do a home daycare or
Yeah.
some kind of daycare where I'm keeping babies and children.
Yeah.
And so I looked on Indeed and they had a job at Alorica, this company. And so this is to be a licensed insurance agent. And so all I heard the Lord say, do it. And I was like, okay. They're gonna pay for your license, they're gonna pay for all the training,
Yeah.
everything. I said, well, okay. So
Yeah.
I went to be a licensed insurance agent
Right.
for 2 years, working for Cigna and eHealth and Blue Cross Blue Shield, all of them.
Yeah.
And I loved that. That was fine. But in 2020, my husband was in a truck accident. And
Oh.
so on his way to work, a lady it was raining. So she, hit her gas at when the light turned green and ran smack dead into him. And so he had a broken hip and a broken knee. And so I just ended up walking off the job, just not going back.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
that was a hectic day.
Yeah.
All the time where the nurses were trying to call me, I was on a call trying to sell insurance that I couldn't get off of.
Wow.
And so I said, okay, I'm devoted right here. And so we had to get him to a place where he, was healing right. The hospital, he thought he had insurance, y'all. He thought he had insurance, but it was a scam. No. Yes, and he had just got the insurance like 3 or 4 months before that.
Oh man.
Turned out to be a scam. The hospital told him it was a scam because he gave him his ID number, his all this, a scam. He had paid them $500 some. And
wow.
And so so the hospital put him out the hospital because he didn't have no insurance. I said, baby, just come on home. So I just left the job and cared for him. We had the whole church caring for him. Everybody was taking their turns coming over, and so it was a rough year. Yeah. And so we had people to sow money into, to help us pay our bills and to keep afloat. But I am a faith walker. I'm a faith walker, but mind you, my husband, he's not walking on water yet. Even though he's a pastor, my husband is a pastor, he does walk in faith. Yeah. But my kind of faith walking is, I leave everything to do this.
Right.
And so he wasn't right there yet. Yeah. And so we went through, all his physical therapy and all of that. And when he got back to using his walker, then his cane, and so he started exercising. So he's coming on back. So I thought, now this is where I meet you. I really had met you prior to this on Facebook. I saw your ads. I was like, oh, I want to know what she's doing. What is she? She's smiling. She happy. I said, oh, what is this? And so I really had I guess a curriculum of how I really wanted to teach, because I'm literacy and Bible based.
Yes.
Curriculum. So I think that, I want the children to be well balanced. I want you to, yes, know how to do this, but I need you to be a little spiritual too. And
Yeah.
so I said, well, I saw your book and I got the book. And
Yeah.
I got the book and I didn't read it. I got
You
mine.
said you did not read it?
I did not read it. I put it on the shelf because I'm like, if I would have read it then and it was so good,
Yeah.
I would be ready to like, okay, I'm ready to do it. But I
Right.
know my husband wasn't ready to do it. And
Got
so
it.
I was like, he's like, just like all the others, you got to try to persuade him a little more.
Yes.
And
Yep.
so after he got better and better and better, I was just, then I saw a 7-day challenge that you had put up.
Mm.
And I said, I'm finna look into this. I'm finna get into this.
Yeah.
And so I went on and joined the free group and I came in and I saw the post. Oh, they are so encouraging. I said, I love this. And I ain't know nobody in Texas, but just the family that I married into, and I was
Right.
still getting to know them. And so I said, oh, this is a nice little sisterhood. Thank you, Lord, for bringing me in here. I like this.
Yeah.
And so I was just did the 7-day challenge. And as I was going through it and I was listening to you, I said, and coming back, my mama is a retired school teacher,
Mm.
and she teaches in steps, kind of like you do, steps.
Yeah.
And so I loved your spirit, as I was looking at the videos and everything. And I said, oh, I love this. I said, I love this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
Because I needed to know not just the teaching, although y'all got creative ideas, I'm gonna take some of them on too, but I needed to know how the business side.
Right.
I need to know what to do to get the LLC. How do I get this license?
Yeah.
Well, how many kids can I have? What all the rules? Because each state is different. I had really figured out Memphis and South Haven, but I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do here? What can I do?
Right.
So I wasn't thinking online really till I went through the 7-day challenge, and I was like, "Ooh!" I said, "I can do it online." Because at one point, God had given me a vision to, have a home daycare, and then to fill that home, and then go buy another home,
right,
and then go buy another home.
Wow.
And so I said, "All right," but when I got to you and it was talking about online, I said, you said, well, you can have 4 classes in one day with 6 students. I said, well, that's even better. I can stay right here and try to do that and be right here. And so I do what I love. And so I just got so excited. And I know the challenges with the 7-day challenge in itself. Sometimes if you're not tech savvy, and I was tech savvy, but not like y'all tech savvy, I'm still learning. And so I was like, ooh, okay. And my husband he said, what are you doing? You up all night? I said, because the minute I got in that 7-day challenge, that's what I was doing. I was caring for him, and then I was over here. Okay, let me do this. Let me get this out. Let me do this. And so he was saying, he was skeptic, at first. But what I did, and this is for those that husbands may not want them to do it, I would let him, I take my computer in our bedroom. Yeah. And so he'd be looking at the game, but I have it where he can hear you,
So I was pouring into him at the same time. I was helping to change his mindset too, right?
That's it. So I said, okay, Joy, you're gonna have to help me. You're gonna help me to help him to say yes.
Oh,
okay, wow. That I can do all this and join the All Stars and do all this. And so I would bring the computer in there, and he started really loving you too. And so, and he called you our pastor. That's what he said. She's just y'all pastor. That's what she is. I said, yeah, she's more like an apostle though. But she's trying to get us to do, because everything ain't in the church, but you can be an apostle if you starting stuff. Yeah. And then you put somebody in place and go start something else. That's an apostle. So I said, yeah, she's a pastor, apostle. So I love it. And so the more and more he listened to the videos too, the more and more he fell in love with you. So he was like, yes, And so when I joined All Stars, I joined All Stars, got the preschool in the box. That's when it was set. I got all of it. Yes. Got my preschool in the box. And then I won a preschool in a box.
Girl.
because you gave me my money back because doing a drawing or something. I won the
Yeah.
preschool in the box. I was like,
Nice.
yes. I said, baby, can't you see? I'm winning. He's like, yes. All right. So
Pause right there. Hold up. Pause right
okay.
there. To clarify, everybody who's like, wait, how does she win that? Was that at the end of the 30-day challenge, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So those who completed the 30-day challenge got entered into a drawing to win a preschool in a box. Of course, you'd already bought it because it was, of course you bought it. And so you won it. So I just gave your money back. That's awesome.
Yes. I was like, yes, I won. I was so happy. I didn't know what to do because I was just trying to tell him, sometimes when you investing and then he don't see the, harvest or whatever. And I said, see, God gave it right back. See that? Yeah. And so I went on, and I was a little slow about doing the 7-day challenge or the 30-day challenge. I kind of paced myself a little longer than everybody else because I was really trying to read and get my tech stuff down. I know I worried Beth, but I was trying to get my tech stuff down, but she helped me a lot in those beginning times. And so I think I didn't put my officially my founding script. I did it then, but I did it again.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of the year.
Right.
And I did get a few inquiries that came to my messenger and asked me, and they were out of town in Georgia, different places. And so right now, I don't have any paid students. Yeah. But right now, I pretty much I have done videos. I do I have my stuff on PowerPoints and lining up, even with me videos, dancing and doing different things. Because you say, you can do stuff while you're waiting.
Yeah.
And so I have my grandbabies, and then our church is young ladies, they're having babies and they're, getting married. So the babies are coming. So I can see, God's hand moving on everything. But I won that preschool in a box, and I won something else. I can't remember what it was. What was it that I won? I won something else on that same line. So
a year of All Stars, maybe?
I might have. But I kept winning big. That's like I won recently the $500. So I was
right.
Woo, yes. yes. So I mean, you do.
Wait, girl, you won the 500 cash?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Look at this girl out of hundreds and thousands of people that come into our world. And you're winning preschool in a box. You're winning $500 cash. That's awesome.
Yes. I was like, oh, look, I'm supposed to be here. This it. Because it's giving back.
No, you're setting a bad precedence. You're like, oh, come into All Stars and you'll win like thousands of dollars of cash. It'll just show up in your bank account. Okay, continue.
But I began to try to market, like you said, put out the flyers and go back and ask the people different questions. Are you still interested? I got doing that, got my hubs set up, everything is working good. And so I was proud of myself because I finished it. I think me and my husband, when we got the hub done, we went out and celebrated because he was like, that's all you thinking about is finishing this hub. I said, yes, if I could just get it up and get everything automated.
Right.
Because Joy said, if I'm asleep, if somebody come in there, they could just go ahead and go through the steps. And I even told my husband, I said, I need you to play like you got a preschooler here. I need you to come in there and do all the steps. I had my daughter to do it, just so we can see everything. And so I asked them, are y'all getting the emails? Are you getting the emails? They said, yeah, we getting the emails. I said, all right, I like
it's working.
It's working. And so everything is smoother when you have people in your corner that already been there. And you know what you're doing. So I just gotta follow instructions. And every time I miss it, if I miss it somewhere, I just come in the group and they're like, okay, you missed this right here. Then go back and do that. So it's always a way to get where you need to be. And so I just think, I'll be thanking God for the sisterhood and the knowledge that you have. You have so much experience. And so I said, Lord, I need somebody that has integrity to teach. I had a lot of people telling me how to do a preschool, how to do that, but they ain't have no integrity. So I said, no, I don't trust that. I need somebody that got integrity because when you come with business, I want to know the laws of the land. I want to do this. I want to do it right. So if I set the foundation right, then I can build on that. And it's going to work together. Whether I'm talking to 2 babies or 2,000, I need the foundation to be right. You know, and so, my husband, I think the second 7-day challenge, I did it a little bit because I went back to work. And so I didn't finish it, but I was, just in the group, just commenting a little while on there because he had some stuff to come up again. So we had to take care of that, go through that process. But this third time, this time right here, I said, I'm going to be on time every single day, with my everything that I have to do, because I said, I'm going to get better and better. And so sometimes when you have done everything, you got everything together, I've done my 7-day challenge, done the 30. I got my flyers out. I got everything. And I still is nothing biting. Sometimes it's still nothing biting. I'm talking to some people here today. You do have everything set up and you wondering what's wrong. Why I don't have any kids? Why ain't nobody send me no email, no text, or nothing? And the other day, the Lord told me, he said, he put me in the mind of Peter and fishing. Peter was out there fishing all day. He didn't catch nothing.
Right.
But he was a fisherman, well-known fisherman. That's what he did every day. He didn't catch anything. But it was at the time that Jesus came and he said, throw your line off the right side of the boat. And he pulled in so many fish. And so the Lord is saying, I need you to be prepared, because it's not just preschool. You're going to be teaching them so much more. And for those on the fence too, I would say, just think about you at a restaurant. And my husband uses this illustration all the time. He said, you at a restaurant and you order, you ordering a whole lot of stuff that takes some time, and somebody else getting a salad and a piece of chicken. Okay. But you've been sitting there longer than that table. And then the waiter comes out and you mad because what? Where is my order? Why do I have to wait so long to get my food?
That's good.
Said, why? Because they didn't order what you ordered.
Yeah.
What you ordered, or what I'm gonna do through you, gonna take some building. It's gonna take some more preparing. It's gonna take some time. And so we have to do that too, even with preschool. It may not be just your time yet, but be ready when the multitudes come in. And so that's the way I am. I remember when the Lord called me into ministry, and I was at my home church, and my pastor said, I want you to be over the young people. So every Sunday I would come down and minister to the young people, sing, give them a message, and pray over them. We started out with just a few young people there. And then over time, I looked up in 2 years, that altar was full. Wow. And so he said, you teach, you preach to 2 like they 2,000. That's what you do. And so give it time. It's a whole lot to do, whether you are online or local. As far as preschool, you can be doing your videos. You can be getting some PowerPoints ready. You can volunteer your time somewhere else just to practice. So I practice on my grandbabies, and I got 2 new ones. So they 9 months and 2. So they're going to be a part of my preschool. It's just to give them a little bit more time. So they're going to be my first 2 little ones. Yeah. A bigger grandbaby, he went to school. So he's in the 1st grade now. So he's not my little student. But I had fun, just practicing with him. Yeah. It's a lot to do. Yeah. And, all you have to do is just keep going. Keep going and keep going. As I was looking at the videos for the 7-day challenge this week, I was looking at Joy's videos, and she said, in one of them, the goals you need to start a preschool, she named 4. She said you need to be loving to children. You need to commit to learning and implementing.
Yeah.
She said, follow George's training. She said, follow her training and you'll get there. And she said, don't give up. So
Yeah.
that's not a degree in that. You don't have to be on the fence about a degree. What kids want is you.
Yeah.
They want you. How silly you are or whatever. I always just get on their level and play with them, and I tell them the truth. I don't try to be perfect in front of them because they don't like that. They look at that, that's phony, sometimes. But if you just be you, they will love you. You don't have to have all the ducks in a row, but just come in and just say, hey, and take the voice up a little bit.
Nice. There you go.
Animate stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the way I am. And so I love taking care of children because I think parents need a lot of help. They do. Yeah. So it takes a village. Somebody wrote on their post in the challenge.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a village to do everything that we need done.
Yeah.
So what too I wanted to say about the and I know I'm not giving you time to ask me the questions, Joe.
No, it's okay. We'll probably conclude. Is there one last thing that you'd like to share?
One last thing I want to share. Something that Quinn said in the Phoenix Journal. I'm wearing my t-shirt right here.
Yeah.
I didn't know, being a minister, I'm always encouraging people, but I needed the encouragement when we had the Phoenix Journey. And Quinn said something that was awesome to me. It changed my life in that moment. And she was talking about worrying.
Yeah.
Worrying. She said, be willing, not worried. And she gave the definition of worried. And I teach that all the time. She gave the definition of worrying, and it's having disturbing thoughts.
Yeah.
Harboring disturbing thoughts that either paralyze you or stop you from doing what you need to do. Sometimes people are talking to us and doing everything to us, and just they'll throw a thought out there that you don't even need. You need to focus right here. And so that's what I was doing. And so I said, I'm not doing that anymore. Every little thought that come that shouldn't be there, I give it to Jesus. Take it. And so it freed me up. And so I just thank her for that. And so this group will give you the encouragement that you need.
Yeah.
Whether you're new or whether you're old, even if you go out for a little bit and you come back, they still encourage it. Another thing Quinn said, she just said, it's amazing what you can do with like-minded people around you.
Yes.
You need this encouragement, that comes from people who love to do what you do. And, and I just found that great encouragement coming from Joy number one. And then all of my sisters, in the All Stars or the Phoenix Journey or even in the free group, so it's somebody is always pouring into me. And so, you want to pour back into other people in the same way that they poured into you. But that's it. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you for listening.
You are amazing. I just want to pour back into you for a second. I want you to go back into the comments after this and read this because, you're touching their hearts as well. And so, Tammy, again, thank you so much for being here. If someone is on the fence, what would be the one thing you want to share with them?
Do it scared.
Do it scared.
Even if you got a lot of fears, just take one of them at a time.
Yeah.
Till you're walking in faith, and then you ain't gonna have no regrets.
Yeah.
You're gonna be happy too. You're going to be happy and loving what you do just because you did it.
Love that. That's beautiful. Well, Tammy, thank you so much for being here, friend.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you soon.